reason why Clav likes masculine women is because he's autistic and has severe social anxiety. Masculine women are able to down-regulate your nervous system. You're so confident and outgoing that they give you this calm. Despite all of the options that he has, that he's dating a low-tier Becky, even though he's a millionaire Chad, he's able to give him a sense of calm. Sometimes that just transcends looks.
Where are the men? What happened? I don't know who's to blame. Men don't want to be men anymore. I feel like we're around a bunch of Peter Pan. What happened to men and values and family and taking care of their women and just being the man and the protector, and women saying, "Oh, I don't need a man. I don't need a man for nothing." Yes, we do. I say it all the time. We need men.
I just want to hook up with a guy who's hot. I just want a guy who's good looking and fun.
I'm looking for a man who's in shape, has a good job, and wants kids.
I'm looking for a man who communicates, is family oriented, and is looking to have kids within the next 2 to 3 years.
Here are my non-negotiables. He has to have a business degree, be spiritually grounded, nice to his family, never wears necklaces, went to summer camp, and has brown hair. I am never doing blonde again.
I think I'm gonna start dating women.
No reason why someone that's 45 is trying to talk to you. You're young.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. Controversial take. I think women only have these opinions now because women have focused more on their careers, education, and being independent. They're older in age, and now they're pushing these agenda more only because they're now at an age to settle down now, where they're in their 30s. You guys are all against these men dating younger women because it takes options away from you guys. Guys your age now will go for younger women. Oh, I didn't know.
A lot of modern women are probably upset that men are more cautious when they go into relationships now. They don't just jump into anything without thinking through it. And that's what a lot of modern women want you to do. Just do it for the plot. Just go along with the plan.
He's got to provide. Okay, well, you know what? He can provide. It may not be the way you want to live.
Yep.
You can still put a roof over your head. You can still but it may not be how you want it. And see, that's where we're dealing with women right now. They have these grandeur ideas of what they think life is, and it's not realistic.
David Beckham buying his wife a brand new Rolls Royce. My man should do that.
But social media has ruined our world.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Here are the top 3 reasons why some men leave relationships. I've done some research. Let's get into it, family. Number 1, their needs are not being met and have not been met for a period of time. And therefore, they have given up on the idea that their needs will be met in this relationship. Number 2, he feels unappreciated and like he's being taken for granted. Number 3, there is a lack of connection and intimacy. This lack of connection can cause a man to disconnect completely. I mean, completely. And it creates a desire within him to move on.
There's only one kind of straight relationship dynamic that works. And this is my professional opinion. Yeah, I'm gonna flex my useless gender studies degree, okay? And that is a dynamic where the man is the more patient, tolerant, and obsessed person in the relationship. Anything else is doomed. My own straight relationship is a testament to this. And that is simply because of the way the odds are stacked in the society that we live in. I don't make the rules, I'm just observing them. Look at any healthy, long-term straight relationship that you know of and tell me that this is not the dynamic.
This is why you should be never sad about a woman. Every single second of the day they lose value. Every single second. As they get older, they lose value. Not only that, women are only getting hotter. Not only that, but there's a new woman turning 18 every single day. Why do you care about some 32-year-old woman that you're caught up on and she treats you like garbage? Why do you care? Move on. As you improve your value, you increase it as a man. As they age, they decrease in value. Smarten up. You want my free training on increasing your attraction with high-value women? Click the link in bio.
Once men realize, hey, I don't need a woman to have peace. I don't need a woman to be happy. Then a lot of men are like, oh, well, if that's the case, I'm not going to be taking the risk to date a lot of these modern women. There's some women out there that are pretty good, pretty cool. A lot of these modern women, you can't do it, man.
I still expect you to nurture me. I still expect you to cook for me, feed me, and have with me, even though you're working 8 to 16 hours just like me. Come on, man. Come on. They want submissive providers. These women are having mental breakdowns. These women are stuck in deep states of depression. These women are stressed. These women are suffering from anxiety. And now these men are having with women that just lay there, brother. They just laying there. They not moaning. They're not doing nothing. These men are starting to become slave masters to their women. They're literally women physically, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, and financially.
Women shouldn't talk to other guys while they're in a relationship or while they're talking to a guy, because if you give another guy the right amount of attention, the right amount of kindness, you're being polite with him, you're continuing conversation, they're gonna take it as flirting, and then this other guy that you really like, he's gonna think like, is she setting boundaries with him? You know what I mean? Like, is this how she's gonna act when we're in a relationship? Or like I know as women we view it differently, but men think having access to you means that they have a chance, and this is a harsh reality that I have to face. And I just started blocking guys, because even them being able to see your life makes them believe that they could have something with you, and that's not good. If you like this guy, don't talk to guys the way you talk to him. He's special, right?
These women wind up marrying men that they, first of all, oftentimes will choose weak men that they can control, right? Then they beat the hell out of them down, figuratively beat them down, right? So that these men are like a fragment of what they were. And then they become the man, right?
Once these guys tasted just an inkling, just a small amount of, oh, this is what it feels like to be at peace and not chasing around somebody that don't actually like you, a lot of men are choosing that. So when a man says, I'm not really all into that stuff, that's what a man means by, oh, I'm opted out of dating. I don't have time for the BS.
I witnessed this girl earlier this week approach a man with the most confidence I have ever seen. She went up to him and she said, "Hey, I need to know your name, and I think that you think you need to know my name too." They hit it off, they exchanged numbers. It worked beautifully, and I was honestly like, that's confidence goals right there. And I'm just gonna put that little pickup line in my back pocket for later.
I always say a woman's success rate with approaching a man, as long as he's single, 99%. She is going to get his name and number. But a man's experience is very different. He, unfortunately, will be rejected most of the time. And on top of that, unfortunately, rejection nowadays can be somewhat brutal, especially if she ends up labeling him a creep. So think about it. If a woman is the deciding factor on a successful approach, why don't women do it more? And look, even if it doesn't result in them being together and dating, that man is going to remember her forever. And it is going to be a story that man is telling for the rest of his life. Trust me.
We'll turn 30 and still be like, I don't know what I want. Bro, we have 5 more years with hair. Please figure it out. Right? This is not time to be spiritually wandering through life, finding ourselves. We're not 22 anymore. Can't just go with the flow. Our flow needs a 401k and a skincare routine.
Well, I don't see there's anything wrong with, you should have a 401k, okay? And a skincare routine if you feel like it's needed. But I hate this. Oh, we only have 5 more years of hair. Who cares? If you don't feel ready to date, you don't feel like you know exactly what you want, you being upfront and honest about it is a good thing. I hate how the men that don't know are being shamed for spending more years figuring it out. If you had a rough childhood, sometimes your 20s goes towards... Everyone goes at a different pace. Some of us might need a little bit more help throughout those years to heal from our past wounds so we can be healthy enough to nurture a relationship. And I feel like the men that say, I don't know what I want, part of the reason they're saying that is because they don't want to accidentally hurt someone. That's their way of being honest and upfront.
If a lot of these singles events would really look inward, or these events where men don't show up and look inward and say, you know what, maybe we should start listening to what men are saying about dating in society and modern women, or not even modern women, just their experience. If we'll start listening to it, maybe we can get 1 or 2 of them to come back around.
Hey y'all, so we back with another video. In this video, you already know, we're gonna get straight to the point. So do you as a man feel like a woman who's experienced in the bedroom, and y'all know what I mean, but I can't say that for, reasons, I can't say it. But I feel like y'all know what I'm talking about. Experience in the bedroom with a lot of different or multiple different individuals, do you feel like she's still wifey material? And I ask this question because I feel like nowadays it's kind of shunned for a woman to be experienced in the bedroom because a guy always have these preconceived notions like, oh, she's not wifey because she's dealt with a couple of guys in an intimate way. So I need y'all to let me know in the comments, is a woman considered a you know what because she's had a couple male experiences intimately? Let me know in the comments below, because you already know, curiosity, and I'll be wondering,
what value is he bringing at any capacity if he's not helping solve issues? Like, why are you here if you can't help me?
He may not be able to solve your problem right now, but he might in 6 months or a year. And the problem with women is they want the man that can solve all the problems right now. And they're not even that man's responsibility. What does a man look like solving your problems when he's dating you and 3 other people trying to figure out who his woman is about to be? That's why men don't want to commit today, because men think that women expect them to do everything for them when there's no level of, I don't even know you yet. You want me to pay your bills, solve your problems, show up for you, feed your kids. You got this long laundry list of things that you expect a man to be, but what do you have to offer him other than sex? You aren't nurturing. You aren't kind. You aren't trying to expand his vision. You aren't trying to fit inside of his vision. You can't check your tone. You aren't submissive to him. So all of these things that you're asking for, you're not qualified for. But you could ask, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you land on the stars, right? Girl. But also, I think that it's really important that we as women understand that a man's job is not to solve our problems. That's not his job. I even think that men have now started to believe that their only job is to make sure everyone around them is happy. And that is to a detriment of the man and a detriment to society. Because if more men were looking to the fact that I need to have leadership, for me to have clear vision, for me to take action, for me to be kind and compassionate, and yes, get to the bag too, and yes, be in my masculine energy, that's what creates a healthy home. It's not just monetary value.
A lot of these modern women don't understand that they ruin the relationships they're in. When men are trying to share their life with you and you start using that as ammunition and weaponizing that against them, whatever it is, he's going to stop communicating with you. Period. End of story. Y'all are asking, why can't I find a good man? You be having multiple good men. It's just that you be destroying them.
Maybe we will have more marriages if society helps women understand that nothing is wrong with submitting to your husband and serving him. But let's be clear. Serving and submitting is not just cooking a meal or doing things for him. It's deeper than that. It's building with him. It's supporting his vision. It's helping him become the man that God is calling him to be. Because the Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. That's Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22. And that means that when a man finds the right woman, favor comes with her. So you're not just with him, you're adding to him. You're his helpmate, and that's biblical. You're there to support, to build, to align, but at the same time, you have to remember where you stand. You're the rib for a reason. You're not above him. You're not beneath him. You're beside him. Equal in value, different in role. And the truth is, submission in the right relationship don't feel like control. It feels like trust. It feels like safety. It feels like knowing the man you're with is leading in the way that makes it easy for you to support him. Because the right man won't use your submission. He'll honor it. And the right woman won't compete with her man. She'll build with him. And that's how it's supposed to work.
You know, I do see one thing that's funny is I see a lot of these modern women looking for good men, talking about where are all the single men at? Where's the good men? Where's the man that's chivalrous? But then you see these modern women online talking about, I'm about to have a hot girl summer. I'm about to have a city girl summer. Why do you think that a man is going to, be ready to settle down with you if you're looking to be out there in the street?
It's a dangerous game for men when you're trying to get a woman to change things about herself that she doesn't actually believe is necessary for you to give what she wants you to give in the relationship. What will happen is, for us as women, we're a little bit quicker on the motion of change if we believe this change is supposed to get him to lock in or it's supposed to get a situation to look a certain way. The problem with this is we're quick to move on it even when we don't see it how you see it, But what do we expect in the end? And boy, when we don't get what we expected in the end after we make these changes, you gonna be every villain in the book. You gonna be every bad guy in the book. And with a woman, when she has made up her mind that you are a bad guy in her storyline or her perspective on the situation or life, every negative, evil, underhanded, cutthroat, backstabbing thing that she could possibly do and that she does, she's not going to feel bad about it because it is justified, because you're a villain. You the robber. You the narcissist. You are whatever it is that she told herself that you are.
So I was talking to a male friend of mine the other day, and he told me that women don't apologize and women can't be held accountable. And I began to really think deeply about this idea. And one of the things that came across my mind is, in the last 9 months or so of me being in my private practice, I have myself experienced many women, whether they came in as a couple or they came by themselves, they very abruptly discontinued their therapy. And I started to reflect and really think, what was going on here? And I noticed that after I had to confront them about something, I had to bring to their attention something they were doing that wasn't contributing to the health of the relationship, they became very defensive and very, just very harsh, and they stopped coming. And even though the husband would continue to come, he made it very clear that, she won't apologize. She thinks you're wrong. She thinks you're taking my side. And I began to really reflect, like, oh my gosh, is it true that women don't apologize? Is it that women struggle with being held accountable? I'd love your thoughts on this. Me personally, I think it has to do with a person's level of emotional maturity. What do you think?
These modern women are going to continue the same cycle over and over again. I'm going to go to a singles event. So I'm a swear off man. I'm going to tell them don't approach me. And then I'm going to want to be approached. So I'm going to go to a bar. Tired of getting hit on by Chad and Tyrone and pumped and dumped at the bar. So then I'm going to go to a singles event or a church event thinking that I'm going to meet the cream of the crop. And I'm not going to find nobody because the man ain't there. And then I'm going to get online talking about where the man at. And then I'm going to find a good man. And I'm going to fumble him. And you're going to repeat the cycle.
If you have to beg a woman for attention, you've already lost. Attraction doesn't work like that. You don't convince a woman to like you. You don't chase women into respecting you. You walk away because you deserve better than asking for the bare minimum.
I know I'm strong and independent, but I don't wanna be strong and independent sometimes. I don't wanna carry this heavy ash. My shoulder hurts. I wanna be a prince. Not in this lifetime.
What was your last guy like?
Black?
For real?
Yeah.
Why'd you say it like that? Well, why'd you say it like that? Like black?
Because I feel like you're trying to find an answer.
I was just curious.
Yeah, black.
Why is it okay for you to go sleep around with everyone else?
Because it's harder for me.
If I came up to you and told you, hey, I got like 40 to 50 bodies, you'd be like, no, she's ran through. But you're just as ran through.
No, he's not ran through. He's the one running through.
Best way to get rid of me, my boy, be nonchalant. Be nonchalant. Go ahead. Watch how that goes for you. Don't call me. Don't check on me. Don't talk to me. See where that gets you. I promise you, you'll never hear from me again. And that's okay. I'm not even gonna be mad at it. You're gonna get the same energy that you're giving, and we good.
Girl, listen, stop believing that men leave because they stopped loving you. Most of the time, they leave because you started hurting them. That's a huge difference. Men don't just wake up and walk away. They emotionally withdraw first. They detach first. They grieve the relationship while they're still in it. By the time they leave, sweetheart, they've already left.
Marrying the right person is so much more important than being married. You don't want to do this twice. You don't want to go through emotional pain. You don't want to rush and be desperate to get into this thing called marriage, because if you get it wrong, your life is going to pay for it in so many ways that you may not see now. So before you fall in love, take your precious time. You will get it right, but take your time.
He said, I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool. I should have known better than to cheat a friend and waste the chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. He said, girl, without you, my feet don't work. The men are not yearning anymore.
If you're a black man and you're 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and you're not married to a black woman, go ahead and go get you a foreigner. Because these black women, majority of them, they don't like black men anymore. A hard-working black man is not respected in America anymore. The only men that are qualified to date a majority of these black women is Jesus himself. They don't appreciate a hard-working black man anymore. Give them a Bible, give them a rose, give them a bottle of wine, and that's what they're content with. Because these other races of men don't want them anyway, because they talk too much. Go ahead and go get you a nice little Vietnamese or Cambo or whatever that's going to be quiet, full, cook, clean. She should say when, how, why.
Unpopular opinion, men are the prize. Think about it. Women generally want relationships, marriage. In order to get that, specifically from the man we want, we have to wait for the guy to ask us something we want. Now, we used to be more of a prize. In order to get, they had to be committed to us. We had the leverage then. Now we don't. Back in the day, if you wanted this, you got to put a ring on it. And the majority of women were united on that front. Now women give away their prize like it's nothing. If I don't, she sure will. It's given away without any commitment. Shoot, we're giving men babies that aren't even committed to us. So what men want from us is no longer a prize like it used to be. It's a dime a dozen. Now women are throwing it at men in hopes of getting a commitment. And there's only a certain amount of men that women really want. It's a jungle out there. Though today it seems like they're more of a prize than we are. Because is abundant. Committed relationships, not so much. But what do you guys think?
People are still doing direct game, day game.
I was exactly about to say this, yes.
Theory. Some people only play in that realm. They think that getting 15 no's on the street are going to one day pan out to getting a yes, and then it's a numbers game. And if you're going to play numbers game, at least build a skill set while you do it, instead of doing the wrong thing over and over and over again. It's not working. You feel like you're being a creep. You are, son. There's no need to creep women out. In fact, we do indirect approach. This is where we convey our personality first before they have to judge whether they want to see us again or not. Some guys get it all wrong. The structure of pickup that I've developed is backwards engineered from what worked, what clearly worked in my life.
If you're somebody who is dating to marry, then this one's for you. The reason this isn't working for you is because you are outcome driven. Your goals can be that you want partnership and that eventually the big picture is that you want to get married and have kids. But if that is your sole reason for dating, then that is why you are overlooking so many red flags and with people that you shouldn't be, because you are attaching to the outcome. You're not actually seeing these people for who they are and dating them because you're looking for a partner. You're looking for someone to grow. You are dating with intention. So instead of looking at everybody as, oh, this could be my potential husband, just assess if you even want to see this person again, if you even want to have a life with this person, or if you even want to spend time with them. Release control of the outcome. That way you can actually let naturalness happen versus forcing a circle through a square peg and landing yourself with somebody simply because you are so outcome driven, you didn't actually see them for who they are.
What they want to take from traditionalism that makes puts them in an advantage, but the man's roles are always static while hers are negotiable. And I tell guys on this podcast, like, if you're going to be a traditional man, she needs to be a traditional girl. You know, that you have to, be traditional on your end and provide and bring home the bacon and be willing to this girl protect her when she can't even say no when a girl asks her to go on a girl's night out. That's my thing.
Simply put, you want a gentleman, you gotta be a lady.
Exactly.
I get that. I get that. But there's like different types of relationships too. Like some are traditional. There's couples out there that are not traditional, like whatsoever. Especially,
And those relationships don't work.
Yeah. What if she? It depends. How do you know?
How do I know?
You're still so young. Yeah.
I know because, over 50% of marriages end in divorce, and 80% of them are initiated by women.
Ladies, when you go on a date, you get one drink. And if you're not in a committed relationship, you don't get 2 drinks. And in general, you need to you need to look at what a man is ordering and order less.
Bensound.com.
But how many women think, well, I'm going out on dinner, he asked me out, so I'm going to go and live it up. Think about it. Think about it. How many women are approaching the sheer fact of being a woman like it entitles them to get every man's bag? Y'all expect everything today. You want to get in the clubs for free. You want to go on dates. You want to do all this stuff. And then when simply asked, what are we going to get in return? What do you bring to the table? It is offensive.
You could be a feminine woman in the military.
You look pretty manly.
Thank you.
Are you mad at me?
No. How are you?
Good, how are you? What's going on with men?
Men are just doing man things.
You are doing man things right now.
Yes, we are doing man.
Why are you guys like this?
Well, we're with Gatsby Glass, and so we're up here replacing some jewelry store windows right now.
What's the manliest thing about you?
That I love my wife.
What's your wife like?
She's adorable.
What does she do?
She's very womanly. She works for the military, and she's a wonderful mother. And
I love that, a woman in the military.
Yes,
but it's feminine.
Yeah. You can be a feminine woman in the military.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you.
Right, you guys have a great day.
You too.
It is a fact that men want what they can't have. They want what is not easily accessible to them.
This is one of the biggest misconceptions about men. It is simply not true. Of course, no one likes overly clingy people, but if you're talking and then all of a sudden you make him feel unwanted or that you're inaccessible, he may still want you, but he's certainly not going to want you more. When you just pull out like that, it doesn't make him want to chase you. He's just a little bit confused as to why you're suddenly not talking to him when he thought you were a perfectly nice girl. Okay, they don't want you to be entirely reliant on them, especially if it's for their wallet, but they want to feel super necessary. They spend all day long in society being told that they're not necessary. They do not want a partner who also makes them feel unnecessary. If you can make your partner feel that not only you want to need him, but that he is wanted and needed by society, by the world, you will have a very powerful man.
Babe, if he has pictures of other women in his phone that he has hooked up with, run for the hills. Literally, like run. Why the heck is this man storing a whole roster on their phone of all the girls he's been with? Like, that's some egotistical stuff right there. That shows me how fragile your ego is, because if you have a collection of all of these women, you know, it's just like you need all of that to validate yourself, to feel like you are the man. That's just gross energy. That's just some low vibrational energy, and I'm not about it. Not about it, baby. Yeah, babe, so run. Cut that shit, because you cannot tell me anything to normalize that type of behavior. No.
You did to him what he would never have done to you. He doesn't want anything from you. He doesn't want any type of friendship. He doesn't want any kind of communication. He doesn't want anything. But he also does not wish you anything bad. He's going to carry on living his life and moving forward. But you cannot change the fact that you did something to him that he would never have done to you. He told you his darkest secrets, and you took them and you ran with them. He told you what happened to him before in other relationships. You did exactly the same, if not worse. He's not going to now sit there, have communication with you, try and build a relationship, or try and do anything of the means. You hurt him again and again and again, to a point that in the end of their relationship, he even stopped communicating, asking for attention, or trying to make anything work. You did to him what he would never have done to you.
A man reveals the truth to a woman. She doesn't like the truth. She makes sure he knows how upset she is about that truth, because if he were a woman, which she thinks he is, just a hairy one, he would change his truth if he could. She thinks he'll change his truth by knowing how much she's upset about it. So she makes sure he knows, and if he doesn't change it yet, the upset will escalate. You know when the truth became a problem. The truth you're telling may have been a truth for your entire life. It may be a new truth as you're transitioning from one stage to another. Your values actually can change. It's a new truth. But you know the problem happened when you told her. There was no problem before you told her. The problem was telling her, and that's when it erupted. So we reinforce the instinct to conceal. Well, you haven't earned the truth. What if we earn the truth by proving we won't use it against you? That's who you reveal yourself to.
I hate when girls be like, oh, I was a lover girl and just took advantage of me. You've never been a lover girl in your life. You literally just went the whole relationship not getting by another. That's all you did. Like, you've never fully submitted to it at all. You've never been all over it. You just was letting only him crack and say, oh, I'm a lover girl. You weren't. You were not being a full-on submissive woman. That's not what you were doing. I hate when y'all say shit like, oh, I was a lover girl before. You be like, so everything he told you to do, you was just listening to it? No, I'm not listening to a nigga say, so what did you do? What did you do that was such a lover girl? You told him I love you and slept in his bed and rode his meat? So all you did was let him crack? You did nothing. You could ask him, did you buy him a bunch of gifts or something? What were you doing? I was loving him. You didn't do anything. You were never a lover girl ever in your life. You just keep saying you were. No, you always been this way. You always been a cheater. You just was with him for like a year or two and didn't let nobody else crack. And you thought that meant you were a lover girl. That's not how it works. Y'all be most of the time. And just because you were a little less hoish at one relationship, you think that meant you were a lover girl. No, you weren't.
There's a moment in a man's relationship where he realizes that he's competing for attention with everything else. He's competing when she's talking on the phone. He's competing with her friends. He is competing with anything else outside of him. So this is when a man is going to do what he going to do. He is going to try harder. He initiate conversations. He plans dates. He will adjust himself. He would even ask her what's wrong. But over time, he figures out it ain't him. He realizes that effort is one-sided. Everything with her, when it comes to him, feels forced, and he knows that his presence is definitely optional. And that's when the fight stops. He no longer wants the attention from her because he knows that he is him and he doesn't need to do all of that. Now, he doesn't stop loving her, but he knows that his love should not feel like a competition with the woman that he's with. Men just don't chase attention with the woman that they're building with, period. And when a man figures out that he is unwanted in his own home, he does not argue, he does not beg, he does not threaten, he just goes quiet. That is the first step of detachment, and it is peace for him. And we all know once a man detaches, the relationship is over.
Whatever happened to men going up to women? Whatever happened to it? We want that. Bring that back. Can we bring that back? Can we start a movement?
I need them to bring back the real. When I say, I need my waxed, I need my hair done, I need my nails done. Sit in that. No problem.
Bring back men who beg. Bring back men who beg.
Can we please bring back the 90s men, like the men who adored you for real, the men who really loved you, the men who begged for your love, like the ones who cared about you for real, the ones who, it don't matter who around, they're going to show their love for you. Like, bring back the nice men, bring back the respectful men, bring back the men who don't feel like they have to be hoes.
When are men going to step up to the plate? Like, when are men going to be leaders and initiators? You know, like, bring back the manly men.
They say that this year for like 2016. Well, if it is, bring back the from 2016, because what is happening with these men from nowadays? They acting more sassier than ever. I've never seen them act like this. Yo, us females are stronger than them. We know what we want more than them.
If you're serious about finding your person, then let's talk about how this actually works, because finding your husband is not about fate. It's about alignment and obedience. You need to stop chasing and start shaping. See, here's the thing. You definitely need to look the part, but invest more time and energy into building the character of a wife and not the hype. A woman that nurtures what was there, protects the peace and the peace of her future marriage, while elevating her husband to a higher place than he was before. Remember, you still need to grow with him. I keep saying there are no shortcuts in this game, though God can fast track you if you've done the work. Allow God to work on your heart, work on your habits, your discernment. Every step is not about finding someone new to date. It's about becoming who God needs you to be so that you're ready when they arrive. Look, the truth is love doesn't come by striving harder. It comes by being correctly positioned. And that's what the prayer should be. Being strategically positioned, prepared to submit to God's timing. Because when God is involved and he brings the right man that's deserving of you, there is no confusion at all.
What is the most icky thing that a guy can do? Imagine you go out and he orders a matcha. Like, men used to go to war.
Less than 2% of men actually served the military, and those that went to war, most of them were getting cheated on with men who didn't go to war. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Like, I'm part of the 2%. I served 8 years in the Navy, and I used to tell people all the time, because it didn't take long to know, because it's human behavior. But every time people came, whether they were men or women, they'd come to the ship happy, in love. They got that long-term boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance back home. And I told them, at max, 6 months, you won't be talking to each other. And it never took more than a couple months. Never took more than a couple months. Out of everyone that came to the ship in my 3 years on that ship, one out of all of them, one. And they're like happily married with kids today. One. The rest of them either cheated or got cheated on. Right? So when y'all go, men used to go to war, yeah, and y'all used to cheat on them with men who didn't go to war. The more you know.
Do either one of y'all, kind of circling back to the topic a little bit, do either one of y'all feel like y'all have ever had to leave a great guy? Like, he was actually really a good man, but you just knew he wasn't the man for you?
But this one guy in particular, he just had beautiful energy, and he was so fine, so chocolate, tall, successful, a musician. He was great, but yeah, I just didn't see it. I didn't feel like we had enough banter. I don't know. Like, that's so important to me. I want to laugh, all day with my boo. Like, I feel like people try to make me feel like these things can't
coexist. Me personally, I feel like we can have whatever we want in this life. If you want somebody that's funny, don't be with them niggas that can't make you laugh.
Like, I think the one situation I was in where I felt like I left a good man, because that's really what it was. Like, I felt like I couldn't laugh with him. And it's crazy because I even think when I dated the Capricorn guy, I dated him for a very long time on and off, but I kept trying to make it something it wasn't. One thing I realized is history and time don't mean. Honestly, I do like when I think about the one man that I really, really loved, like in my younger years, he was so funny. Even now, like my partner, it's hilarious. All we do is laugh. And I'm like, this is my love language.
Yeah. Being told that you're wifey material in this day and age is being told that you're a doormat. It's being told that you are the one that's going to turn yourself inside out. It's being told you're a people pleaser. It's being told that you want to be picked. Pick me, pick me. Once upon a time, I was wifey material, and I was wifed up, and I realized that being a wife is actually a prison. A prison, and many women understand that. That's why so many women leave their marriages, and that's why so many women choose to stay single, and that's why so many women never even get married in the first place, because the veil has been lifted, and being a wife is not the prize that patriarchy and men like you would want us to believe. Spending our life in service to others, why? Just why? Why should we actually want to do that? Men who throw around terms like wifey material and think it's some sort of lavish compliment or horrible insult are precisely the kind of men that are stuck in a time warp, because they think wifey material is some sort of queenly pedestal. I hope and pray that no one ever considers me wifey material ever again.
Do not come to college looking to find your husband, looking to find your HBCU boo, don't do it. Because you only have 4 years to get what you need done. And you came to college for a reason, which was to get a degree. Because once those 4 years are up, that guy is going to graduate with probably the girl that he cheated on you with, and you're still going to be stuck in freshman classes. Now, I'm not saying come to college and just avoid males in general. I am saying don't let that be your main priority. Because being in love and everything is great, but when it's bad, it's bad. Because now you're going to be seeing him everywhere. And if y'all have the same class together, that's even worse. You're going to see him in the caf, you're going to see him in the student center, you're going to see him passing. It's horrible. So don't come to college with the mindset, I'm going to find my husband, I'm going to look for my husband. First day of school, you're scouting for a husband. Don't do that. Let things come naturally. If you're meant to find your husband in college, you will. But forcing it is only going to make things worse. And also, the first guy that expresses interest in you, you do not have to entertain, you don't have to date, you're not obligated to do anything. Because college boys will literally say anything just to sleep with you and then discard you the next day. And then boom, it's the cycle just repeats. So save yourself that heartache and pain and just focus on what you came to do, stick with your friends, and make sure you stay true to yourself.
15 years from now, she's going to be on TikTok talking about where the all the provider men at. And how she's not going to do 50-50 relationships like the rest of them. All the provider men are in college. But instead of building with a man, you decided to build up your ego.
I'm going to let you ask the question because you are the initiator, and I'll follow that.
Okay. So what does your initial first date look like with a man?
My initial first date is asking him where he wants to bring me. And daytime, is he a planner? So I will know kind of where he's at and what he has in store and what type of life I would be walking into. So my initial first date would be up to the man. I would not want to be the one planning that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't saying like plan, like what type of stuff would you like to do on the first date as far as, are you into?
I want to do what he wants to do.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm there to learn him, and I'm there to know him.
But he got to learn you too, though.
And he'll learn me when I walk into his world.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
But walk into my world first. I'm not providing a world for you. So my world really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It matters to the extent of what have I cultivated?
Yeah.
Have I nurtured my world? Where can my world take him, right? When I enter his world. So that's why I won't present the preconceived notion of what I want to do, because he might show me something new, and now I just limited myself.
Yeah.
So what I'm already exposed to, and I never gave him a chance to step me into his world. So.
Okay. Can we bring her up here or what?
Do you think men respond better to pick-me's or hard to get?
Hard to get. They prefer women who have standards, and we know this from personal experience that women who pursue men, those men do not want. Men who have to pursue women and have to and find the women that are hard to get, those are the women that men want. We know this from personal experience. Okay, if someone treats me with disrespect or doesn't like me, I no longer find them attractive. It's very, very simple. I am no longer attracted to them. I think they're ugly now. I do not want anyone who doesn't want me. And a woman should never pursue a man who doesn't want her. You're in danger, girl. Okay? Men want the women that are hard to get. I've seen it time and time again, especially in my own life. Every single time. And you're either going to listen to me or you're not going to listen to me. And that's just the thing. We're sitting here at dinner right now, me and you. That's the truth. That is the truth. That's the truth. We were just talking about how do you get a man to buy you a car 2 months into dating? You be difficult. You can be difficult and have high standards, and that man's gonna want to fucking work his off for you. Okay? Beg a man to love you, and that'll be the biggest regret of your life. Your life's gonna turn into
Straight facts. Everything you said. Absolutely. Hard to get's an understatement.
It's an understatement.
Impossible.
Not impossible.
You gotta do the impossible, though.
You gotta do the impossible.
I love you.
I love you.
I remember my grandfather telling me, God rest his soul, before he passed away, that men have 4 different appetites that you have to tend to. He said men are not complicated. He said, I'm just gonna break it down to you. He told me, he said, men have a physical appetite, a visual appetite, appetite, and an emotional appetite. And for a minute, I really didn't understand it when I was younger, but as I got older, it really started to click. It always stayed with me. He said, physically, you need to make sure that you know how to cook. And if you don't know how to cook, then find out how to cook. And if you can't, then at least have a meal on the stove or in the stove by the time he get there that's warm, especially if that man is taking care of the household. He said, it don't take a lot of work. He said it don't. And I watched my grandmother do it. I watched her do it, so I know that I'm capable. He said, a visual appetite. He said, keep yourself up. He said, if you're the only woman that this man is going to be with, at least keep yourself up. He said, because men still need to be stimulated visually, so that way they can crave you. He said, and yeah, he said, love will still be there. He said, and although your looks will fade, you the one woman that he wants to look at. Give him something, excite him, make him imagine something, tease him, right? And then there's my grandfather told me, he said that, yes, visually you can stimulate a man. He said, but don't forget that men are in nature. He said, and so they gonna want to do what they want to do to their woman. You're the only woman that he's sleeping with. You're the only woman that he desired. Take some time out of y'all day. He said, look, if y'all got to share the responsibilities, share the responsibilities. You both do things in the house so that way when the kids are down, y'all both can bathe and oil each other down and do what y'all need to do. He said, that's gonna help y'all connect. And then last one, he said, men do have an emotional appetite. He said, all men want to feel is appreciated, understood, heard. That's it. He said, just listen to him. You don't got to talk much. Just listen. He always told me that men are not that complicated. He's absolutely right.
This boy asked me to go on a date, and I said, yes, I'll go on a date with you. He said, okay, where you want to go? I said, we can do like dinner and a helicopter ride. He talking about you want to do all that for a first date?
That's not a lot. That's not a lot. What you mean that's not a lot? You said dinner and a helicopter ride. Never in my days, gang. Who you think you is? If asking for too much was a person, gang. In this economy, you want to take a helicopter ride? Who the you think you talking to, G? We ain't getting it like that, man. You take this food, you take this food, and you gon' love it. Nah, but for real, a helicopter ride is like insane, gang. And the fact that you don't think it's insane, then you said it made this face like it was some normal, gang. You not telling them all that you really like or you really interested in, that you want them to take you on a helicopter ride for the first encounter? Out of here. Now I can see it from been talking for a little minute, you feel me? Then you deserve it, you feel me? You deserve like that, man. You deserve the top tier. But first, we just getting to know each other. You want to get to know each other in a helicopter? Can you pay for that? I ain't gonna lie. Don't ask me to take you nowhere you can't afford yourself, gang. If you can't afford that yourself, shut the up talking to me. And shut it the up right now. I'm finna go to Dave & Buster's and you gonna love it. I can show you how to have a good time on a budget.
You know, the fact that some of these singles events and these mixers and stuff like that, now I've seen some mixers out there that are pretty, they look pretty good. You know, it's something I might go to if I were single, right? But then you have a lot of them where men don't come at all. And women are like, where are all the good men at? How come men aren't showing up to this type of stuff? Well, it's not really beneficial. A lot of this stuff to a man isn't really there's nothing I ain't going to take anything home from it. Well, you might get a number. You might, and what might means is it's similar to playing the lottery. Well, you might win. So keep on playing. I'm going to keep on playing the lottery and I might never win, but I've spent a lot of money. I've accumulated a lot of tickets, a lot of lottery tickets. And when I've counted up the cost, man, I spent a lot of money on something that I'd never even had a chance to win. Well, you know, do you have a shot? Probably I have a shot, a chance to win in general, but do I have an actual chance versus a 1 in infinity chance? Probably not. Probably not. And that's how a lot of men feel about dating. They don't really have a shot with a lot of these modern women, with the way that they act, with the way that they treat me, and really honestly and truly on that subject, with the way that they treat me, Do I want a shot?